Hi, my name is Megan and welcome to Azeroth. World of Warcraft is a game that I have been playing since 2006 and I'm glad that you've decided to test the waters. Be it if you're watching a tutorial to see if you'd like the game or if you are ready to get started but a little anxious about what to do. Welcome and I hope that I can help. So today what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and pick a server and we're going to create a character. From there, you're welcome to use the in-game tutorials if you'd like, or you're welcome to proceed on to episode 2. As in episode 1 of Welcome to Azeroth, that is all we're going to cover. It's just picking a server and creating a character. So let's go ahead and get started. So when you log into World of Warcraft for the first time, the system is either going to pick a server for you or it's going to bring you to this realm selection page. As you can see, I play just a little bit. So we're going to scroll down a little bit so that we don't see my lack of diversity in my gaming and talk about the types of servers. So more than likely, the type of server that's going to be recommended to you by the system when you first log in is going to be one of these new player servers. These servers tend to have a more balanced player base, and they're just population-wise geared towards having new players join them. It's not good, it's not bad, it's really honestly just a starting point. Next up, you'll see all of these low population servers. All that means when you're looking at this, it means that they have a lower population base compared to the rest of the realms. So there's a lot of times where there might not be anything going on. You're not going to see as much chat in the global chat channels. You may have to wait longer to find a group. Medium population servers are going to have more than a low population server, but they're not going to be as large as these high population servers. Now, for the most part, you're still going to see the ebb and flow of population the way you would on a low population server, even with these ones. And then with these high population servers, you may also see some wait times to get onto the server on release dates. So, for example, if a patch comes out and everybody wants to get in and see the new content, these high population servers may have a login queue for the first couple of days. Now, the last type of population you'll see is a server that says it is full. Full servers will allow you to join. You can create a character on them. What it typically means is it's almost guaranteed that anytime something new releases, be it a new raid, dungeon, new storyline, there's going to be a wait to get into the server and play your character. The other thing you'll want to keep in mind is when you're looking at servers, you're going to see where it says type. So normal servers feature your more normal gameplay, where the majority of your content is going to be player versus player or player versus enemy, where the enemies are non-player controlled computer characters. So PvP and PvE. These RP servers, on the other hand, while you still have that PvP and PvE content, they also feature a lot of roleplay. So if you are a person who really enjoys a roleplay aspect with other people, I would highly recommend a roleplay server. I've heard good things about a lot of them, and I've heard that people can be very nice on those servers. I am not an RP person, so I cannot tell you much about them. So for that, I apologize. For today, we are going to go ahead and make a character on Ashara. You can pick any server that you like. Honestly, my first server got picked based on its name, and it was a fantastic place to start, and I loved that server for years and years and years. The only reason I'm on a different server now is because I didn't play for a little bit, and I went where my friends were. So on the character selection screen, one of the first choices that you will have to make is going to be whether or not what body type you want to be. So do you want a male body type or do you want a female body type? From there, you'll notice that we have two sets of races. We have our alliance races, and we have our horde races. It doesn't matter which side you pick. I know people will tell you the alliance is better or the horde is better. Most content can be completed in groups of both factions. So it doesn't matter what side you pick, as long as you pick something that you will enjoy. So next thing you want to do is decide on a race. And if you hover over each race, you'll get a little bit about them. And if you right click on the race, you'll get to see what their race specials are, basically. So each race has something slightly different about it. So for instance, orcs have an enrage to increase damage. They're resistant to stun effects. And in the case of a pet class, the damage done by their pets is increased. While if we come down to Tauren have a stomp, which stuns nearby enemies. They have increased stamina. Their herbalism speed and skill is increased. They're resistant to nature damage, and they have increased effect from critical strikes. And you'll notice that this information is available for all characters. Just right click. So once you decide on race, and I'm going to go ahead and make a Tauren, the next thing you're going to need to do is decide on class. And when you look down here at the classes, you'll notice that not all classes are available. And if you're looking at a class that isn't available, if you hover over it, it will tell you what races can be that class, in case you want to go ahead and change and go with that race instead. For today, I'm going to go ahead and pick Shaman, just because Shaman's my favorite. And then we'll click Customize to go on to the next step. So you're going to pick it. You can pick your name. All of my Shaman, I name the same thing. I'm a little weird. So this green check mark means that the name is available. Red X means that it is not. And if you click this cute little dice here, it'll just go ahead and randomize it for you until you find a name you like. So you can use your scroll wheel to scroll in and out, or you can use the buttons. And if you right click and move your mouse, you can spin your character around so you can see what they look like from all angles and make your choices. So we're going to go ahead and customize her. One of the fun things I love about Tauren is you can be a Holstein, basically. I'm not going to lie. Part of the fun of being a Tauren is making cow jokes. And part of the fun of being a High Mountain Tauren, which is an allied race that you gain access to later on, is making things like bison jokes. Are there better uses for my time? Probably. But I won't lie. I have a thing for dad jokes, and there has been very little time in this game that I have not enjoyed doing things like making really bad jokes about my class. Anyways, if you are a fan of The Sims and you like creating your Sims, this is basically very, very similar. There's not as many options, obviously. One of my favorite things with Tauren is that you can have flowers in your hair. Am I slightly weird in that? Probably. So one of the newer features that's pretty awesome is you are able to come in, so you can have your eyesight in both eyes, only one, or none. So if you'd like your character to be blind, they definitely can be. It is just completely up to you. Okay, we're just gonna finish this really fast. Trying to remember. I normally do this with... No, I think I normally do. All right. Next up, in my case, is I'm just gonna grab the last little bit of her stuff, like so. Okay, so I've got my Tauren. She's all ready to go. I'm done. So we're gonna hit next. Now, When you're creating a character, you get two choices. You can go to Exile's Reach, which is a tutorial zone, which is what I would highly recommend if this is your first time playing World of Warcraft, or if it's been a while since you've played, or you can go to your character's original starting area and just start from there and start with that experience. Again, if this is your first time playing through, I would highly recommend the tutorial, just because it does give you quite a bit of information and it walks you through the steps on how to play each class as you start that character. So once you make your choice, you hit finish. They'll appear in your character screen and you can hit Inner World to go ahead and start your journey. That is it, my friends, for episode 1 of Welcome to Azeroth. You are welcome to proceed on to episode 2, where we'll talk about the first steps once you're in the game, or you're welcome to proceed with the in-game tutorials, whichever you prefer. Please have a fantastic time playing World of Warcraft, and if you have any questions, feel free to let me know, and I'll be happy to add it to the tutorial series, or help if I can. Thanks so much for watching.